Thing that you'll notice people are very hyperactive, or you'll feel people's energy. This is a very high frequency. It vibrates very fast, and the frequency is 14 to 30 cycles per second.
Okay.
Now, if you want to compare this, if people don't know what this feels like, hysteria is around 36 cycles per second. If somebody is hysteric, that's what frequency they're at. A fluorescent light bulb is 65 cycles per second.
Oh, okay.
Epileptic seizures around 63.
Okay. So when someone says they feel like they're burning out, they're literally talking about
that's the frequency.
Burning out. Okay.
Yes. So it's an alert state, a lot of mind chatter going on, because the brain, it's like static electricity going on. It's like if you had a computer and you have all these emails in there, and it's just loaded with emails. This is what's going on in the brain. It's on system overload.
Okay.
So this is why all this information, it's chaotic. There's messages going all over the place, and the body has short-circuited.
Okay.
So the messages are all over the place, but not really going to any certain place that they need to be going.
Right, right. And so that's beta.
That's beta.
Okay.
Alpha state is what the alignment will put you into. It's basically dealing with a very relaxed, calm state. Einstein and all of our great thinkers were in alpha state. If you see a person, they're very relaxed, they're very peaceful. This is the state that they're usually in. Our metabolic process, our healing, everything functions better in this state. There's no static electricity going on to interfere with our what's going on inside the body.
I see.
So alpha is really the state we want to be in. It's where our intuition
Yes, I was
comes.
just going to ask. If
we
that's
have direct
where
connection, because we don't have the mind chatter interfering with our connection.
Okay, great.
And then the third frequency is theta.
Theta.
This is where lucid dreaming comes into play. It is if you look at the frequencies, it's very you have very little dips. It's very calm. It's almost a hypnotic state.
Okay.
It's anywhere from 4 to 8 cycles. I'm sorry. Yes, 4 to 8 cycles per second. So it is very calm, meditative, where most deep meditators reside.
Okay. Okay.
It's very light consciousness. And finally, we have delta, which is our deep sleep. If you look at the frequency line, it's a straight line. We do not have any interference with the outside world. It's where we have a lot of dreams that come into play. People that are in a high stress state do not even dip down into delta because of their stress states. They don't have that good night's sleep. They'll say, I don't dream anymore.
I see.
They don't have a good night's sleep because they don't even dip down into that. They may be
so they would
beta
stay
alpha.
right. I was just going to say.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and this is where the body heals itself as well. It's where we recharge for the next day. So it's an unconscious state.
Okay. All right. Oh,
It's 1 to 3
interesting.
cycles per second.
Interesting. Excellent. And so then one would, as you were saying, want to operate from a place of obviously having the right and left brain balanced.
Balanced, yes.
So that they're operating from both sides.
Yes.
And at the same time in a brain frequency during their waking hours that would be alpha.
Exactly.
Would be
and
the
stay
ideal
through that
condition.
throughout the day. So when we are at work, we're not trying to knock the boss out or out of react.
People, yes.
Yeah, to people. We stay calm. We deal with the stress on a different level.
Right, right,
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And so if one finds themselves then going into beta, then they may want to meditate so that they are able to go into theta.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Oh,
And
I'm
that's
learning.
how-
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. So who would then benefit from having Alphabiotcs?
Well, anybody benefits from Alphabiotics.
Okay.
Everybody will benefit. You'll feel the significant change immediately because we've been out of balance for so long. We really forget what the alpha state feels like. A lot of people have problems meditating because they have the mind chatter. They can't even get to the state. Small children, like we said, it helps with learning. Kids in high school with the peer pressures, you're not in in with all that trauma drama stuff.
Yes, yes.
The college students that have the exams, they're very stressed out with school. They may have families. This helps to open up both brain hemispheres to open up for
their learning.
That's right. And also people in high stress jobs and older people as well, because their bodies are starting to break down. This has got significant scientific proven anti-aging benefits.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
It reconstructs the DNA and also reconstructs the DNR, which is our electrical output relating to the DNA. So there's significant results with that.
Excellent. Well, would you like to do a demonstration for us?
I would love to.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
Go ahead and take your microphone off.
I'm going to bring that with me.
And with Steve's help, we will bring the table out and... Okay, and Bobby, I believe that you volunteered to have this alignment. Thank you very much. Okay, that's good. And Bobby, if you'd like to get on the table. And Amy, as you do this, I know that Steve will be explaining exactly how the process works.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
First, Amy's going to check the leg links to find out which hemisphere is the dominant hemisphere by noting at the medial malleolus which leg is shorter, which is higher, drawn up. She's able to determine by looking at the opposite hemisphere or the dominant hemisphere which one she needs to apply the alignment to first.
I see. So based on which leg is longer or shorter lets you know, of course, which side the dominant brain is.
Right. There's something that's a little more extreme there that can be a crossover, but generally the higher drawn up side is indicative. She'll do a couple other checks. She's first checking to find out, is the muscle locking in, is the arm locking in, and the relative strength between left and right.
Okay.
Barbie's resisting, and
so she's got a lot of strength on this side. It's locking in.
And she'll check the opposite side.
And that's that was her left arm, so that means her right brain. Okay. Okay.
See how that...
Yes, okay, and the left brain's much... Okay,
We
good.
do the same thing with the legs. There's a correlation with the body.
Okay.
Generally, the legs will show the stress being held in the lower part of the body. It's not that
I
you really
see.
have a shorter leg, it's that, much like a puppet with strings, you have more knots on one side.
Than the other. Okay, so there are
Exactly.
more blocks there. Okay.
More blocks, hips higher, so forth.
Which
so
is-
now we'll do the breath in and switching the sides.
Okay.
So take a big deep breath in, hold it, and let it out.
And so having Bobby take the deep breath, what does that do now?
It oxygenates the brain. It's a response to the nervous system. Just check and find out if there's a crossover.
Oh, I see.
And resist. So that goes weak.
Yes,
See,
okay.
The mind works through the brain to animate the body. And there's a switching network between that, the corpus callosum, which is millions of fibers that connect left and right hemisphere.
Okay.
And a lot of that's pre-programmed.
Okay.
The mind will work through the brain thinks it's doing a favor, and will establish a pattern, or pick up a pattern and establish a program.
Okay.
So when she's loose, limp, and relaxed, consciously, at a subconscious level, there's other stuff going on. It's
I
like you drink,
see.
so all the other body work, the pills, all the different modalities, as long as the brain is still directing the body to hold those tensions, it's fruitless.
Okay, okay. So when I noticed when she took the deep breath and you wiggled her legs and feet a little bit, then she became weak on the dominant side. Yes. Okay.
That's direct correlation with the brain,
Okay.
controlling the body.
Okay. All right.
Then one of the last checks, she'll check the neck, look left and right. That's more indicative, as well as the hand strength of what's going on in the upper body. Generally, that's the first place to get tight in the morning, the last place to relax at night.
Neck and shoulders. Okay.
Exactly. So that's a very good check.
Yeah, and this is very tight and it'll feel very ropey.
Okay.
And this is where most people feel their